Can you mob graze pigs? We've had really good experiences moving our pigs pretty frequently across their run and our garden. And for us as new pig owners, it's been really interesting to see how they interact with the earth and how they improve it. But you've got to know when it's the right time to move them. Okay, so many longtime viewers to this channel know that we got our start with sheep. You'll be happy to know that we've got sheep coming in 2 weeks from today. But right now, pigs are kind of our main operation. And so with sheep being my background, naturally I'm a fan of mob grazing or rotational grazing. And so my mindset went that with pigs. One of the reasons why I like rotational grazing with sheep and with pigs is that it follows this natural cycle that Mother Earth wants. It has this kind of period of distress. So with sheep, that's, you know, obviously walking on the ground, but mostly kind of eating and exposing the earth. Pigs do the same thing with their nose, and they'll even eat this clover that they're on top of. Not to the same extent as sheep would. They have much different systems than a sheep does, but they'll still eat it. And along the way, they're dropping their manure, their urine, which urine is very rich in nitrogen, both pig and sheep. So it goes through this period of distress and then refertilization. And then the most important part of that is rest. And that's the big part of what I wanted to talk about today, because it's not as simple as having pigs or sheep go from one area to the next. It's a lot more to it than that. You need to know how much time to let it rest. So I wanted to show some, real ground spots of what it's looked like where pigs have intensely worked, and then how fast the ground comes back, and then we can move pigs back on top of it. So look at this beautiful spot of land. We love clover as a cover crop, as a lawn. Like we love everything about clover. And so right here, these pigs are in our, what will soon be our spot for kind of our big vegetables of the summer. And I moved them here last night, so they've still got a lot of tilling for us to do. And they're doing all the tilling for us, which is great. So look at this. This is 1 day worth of work, but you can see they've stuck their nose in a few spots of earth. But let's just consider this. This is basically what a new plot of land looks like. They were here probably about 5 or 6 weeks ago, and it's completely bounced back. Let me show you where they were last week. And yes, they were on this spot for only a week. Actually, not even 7 full days. It was like 6.5 days. But look at this. So I would guess this spot is probably about 20 by 40 feet, I would have to guess. So not terribly big, but that's what mob grazing is all about. It's all about intensive grazing. So they've been off of this land for literally like 12 hours. So the crazy part about this is what every spot looks like when they leave. It is completely torn up. And look at what wants to be here, okay? On the other side of this, that's my pasture, okay, where the sheep are going to be in just 2 weeks. But look at that. I mean, right up to the fence line, just bam. The other part about mob grazing them that I like is that it doesn't give them really enough time to dig under a fence, so we have not had hot wire along the fence, which has been made it really easy. Because look at that setup. That's pretty darn easy. So this is what it looks like a day after they're off of it. It looks like a desert because the cover crop is all gone. Let me show you what it looks like after it's bounced back. Okay, can you see down there past the hammock, past the garden beds? You can see the pigs down there. So I'm standing about 150 feet away from those pigs, and basically that's where they will be for 2 weeks, and where they are usually is this plot of land. So we call this the pig run. We've used it as an overflow run, as just like a nice shady place. We have some cool season grasses here that really just thrive under these trees. Perfect area for pigs, but honestly we use it for sheep quite a bit too, or at least we have in the past. So we move them. We'll create like a little lane right here with an electric fence, and we just motivate the pigs with some food, get them in through this gate, which puts them at quadrant 1. Now we have all of the posts already just ready to go. And And so all I have to do is come in with a weed whacker and basically just mow down the grass in between the posts, move this fence line, and it creates for us a new quadrant. So we have this area, it's about, like I said, 100 feet by 100 feet. And it's hard to tell because the grass has grown back so well. So I'm kind of starting backwards on this. Let me start where they used to be. This was 1 week ago. Now, I know you might be thinking like, no, that can't be true. Like I just saw that barren desert area that PJ was just showing us. But yeah, this is 1 week ago. So they'll absolutely leave spots like this. Like I can tell that this is where their little house was. They like to dig and obviously sleep there. So their big fat pig bodies kind of creates a permanent dent there. And that's fine with me. This is what this area is for. But look at the rest of this area, how much it's bounced back. I mean, look at the richness of this grass. Even the clover is doing quite well. I mean, you just can't really ask for anything better. And this is just 1 week. Like, I'm not exaggerating. This has been 7 days that they've been off of this land. And to my left, this has been 2 weeks that they've been off of this land. Okay? Also looks great. Again, we have some dead spots here. That's okay. Okay, this area is for pigs. I'm okay with some dead spots. But look at the life that still exists in this land. They love that area, that big ugly stump with the blackberries and the vines overgrowing it. It's really fun to watch them make a fort in back there. And so we're walking, and right here, this back corner doesn't get a whole lot of sunlight, so it's light on grass. But it still is a great area for pigs. So that is now 3 weeks ago, they were in that spot. And 4 weeks ago, being a whole entire month ago, they were in that quadrant. And right here is where the pigs were 6 weeks ago. So this is the benefit of moving them frequently, letting them highly disrupt a place for about 1 week and giving it ample rest time. This is very tall. This is easily 4 feet tall. There's quite a bit of weeds right there, and a lot of this grass is growing to seed, so that's cool. But yeah, I just wanted to point out, like, you can see spots where they make bare. Like, this totally happens. I bet their house was there, or perhaps their water was there. Same with that corner spot. Probably right there where I was just standing. But by and large, I mean, they let a lot of it grow back. Now, if I were to keep them there for a long, long time, it wouldn't look like this right now. But that's what mob grazing is all about. Intensive, short periods, short bursts, long rest. For the people that are wondering, hey, why don't you just leave the pigs in a big spot and let them naturally graze it down as they want? Well, they pick their favorite spots, for one. And so they're just going to naturally tamp down one spot and leave a lot of other stuff. Also, if you leave pigs in one spot, or really any animal in one spot, overgrazed for too long, they'll mow it down completely. And then you'll be starting over again with bare earth. And finally, the most important part of why we move the pigs is to help break the parasite cycle. Yes, pigs get parasites as sheep get parasites. A lot of animals get parasites. Pigs are a little bit more resilient to it than sheep that we've found, but if you move your animals frequently, the bugs that naturally want to come up, and again, I don't know if you can see, but I have some little local birds coming over here to help pick through. This is perfect. They wouldn't be here if the pigs were still here. The pigs would chase them away. These little birds come through. They eat the scraps. They probably find the undigested grain in the pig's poop. And of course the bugs that are hanging out in here. So you leave the bugs over here, you move them to a brand new location that allows them to have fresh, green, sunny earth for them to be on. And really, sunshine is the best cleaner of all. There you have it. I'm a big fan of mob grazing pigs. It's better for the pigs, it's better for the earth, and is better for your health later on too. Less likely for your pigs to get sick. They're going to be happier. They're going to express more of that natural behavior that allows them to root, which gives them better muscle definition, which that's just better meat. So I'd be curious to hear what I missed from any of the longtime swine herders, pig people on the channel. You guys know this is my first time doing it, but there's a lot of overlap between sheep and pigs, so I feel like there's a lot I knew going into it and a lot to still learn.